So this is the third time I'm trying to start this video because I keep saying November instead of September. Happy September! Hello lovely people, Nina here. This week I decided to create a TBR jar. And I decided this because I've seen so many other people creating a TBR jar and deciding how they're what they're gonna read that month based on what's in the jar. And so I put everything down that I want to read, and that's on my physical TBR, into my list, and into I wrote it on post-it notes and put it into my jar. And I'm going to select from those and decide what I'm going to read this month. I'm 5 books behind, so I have to pick up my pace a little. I only read 2 books in August, and I almost said November again. I don't know what's wrong with me. I read 2 books in August, which isn't ideal because my goal for the year is 75, I believe. So I have to read a little bit more in September, and to do this I've decided to create a TBR jar. So here's my little jar. I just reused a tea canister, and I like a little, it has a little hole on the top. It's supposed to be like a glass tea dispenser, but I put all of my books in it in little orange and blue post-it notes, and I'm going to pick 3 because I'm currently reading, yes, I'm reading 2 books at once. This always stresses my younger sister out. But I'm reading Ashley Poston's The 7-Year Slip, which people said was really cute. I feel like it's a good summer into fall read, and so I've been reading this. My goal was to finish it in August. Didn't happen, so it's now September and we're going to finish this one. And I'm also reading Sally Rooney's Beautiful World, Where Are You? And this one is a little bit more, I don't want to say dense, but it's just a different writing style, and so it's taken me a bit longer to get into it. I do like it so far, but I'm currently reading these 2, and so I have these to pick from, these to finish, and so I need 3 additional ones, which are going to come from my little jar. And I have a lot of books that are really dense and really heavy, and so I'm kind of hoping that I get a mixture of something light and fun, and then we'll see. But here's my jar. I think I should pick, do I want to pick they're all sticking together. Okay, maybe putting these on post-it notes wasn't the best idea. We'll pick these 3 then, because they all stuck together. Oh no, there's 4 here. I'm putting one back. Okay, so these are the 3 that I'm going with. So the first one I chose was American Primitive, which is a book of poetry by Mary Oliver. I have read, I think, maybe 2 poems in this book, I believe. And so I feel like I love poetry, and so I'm excited. And I love Mary Oliver because she, of course, writes all about nature, and her poetry is just beautiful. So American Primitive. And then the next one I have is I swear to God, a Moomin Valley in November. I feel like this is somehow rigged, but okay, great. Moomin Valley in November, a perfect one to read in for fall. I feel like I should read this in November, but whatever. We're reading it in September. The fact that this whole video I've been saying November instead of September, and then I pulled Moomin Valley in November, is kind of funny. A book on the Moomins, and if you don't know, I love Moomin. I think it's so cute, and I love Tove Jansson's writing, and I just think it's really great, and I love Moomin. I've read quite a few Moomin books, so Moomin Valley in November. Every year I feel like I pull it out, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna read this, and then never get around to it. So we're reading it in September. Moomin Valley in November, in September. Whew. And the next one I have is The Will to Change, which is bell hooks. I couldn't remember this off the top of my head, and it's because it's not my book. It is my sister's book that I borrowed from her, and it's been on my TBR for a while, ever since I read her All About Love book, and I was obsessed with it, and it was so good, and it made me cry and just made me feel all the feels. So I was like, I want to read another Bell Hooks book. That rhymes. And I decided that I like asked my mom and my sisters, and everyone was like, does anyone have another Bell Hooks book that I can read? And they gave me a few, and one of them was The Will to Change. So let me go grab those off of my bookshelf, and then I can show you. Okay, I just went and got them off my bookshelf. This is American Primitive by Mary Oliver. It has a bookmark in it. The bookmark isn't on a page, so maybe I didn't start this. I thought I did, but I must not have. But yeah, it's just a bunch of nature poetry. Her first one is literally called August. That seems so perfect. Okay. So there's that one. Wow. I watched this like be one I have read. I feel like I can read poetry a million times though, and I never get tired of it. The next one I have is Moomin Valley in November, which does have a bookmark in it. Got to chapter 5. I don't know why I never finished it. I'll probably just start it over. That seems to make the most sense to me. And then the last one I have is The Will to Change. Oh, do you want to know what these are about? This is literally just about the Moomins getting ready for winter, I believe. Does it have a description? I feel like it's in Moomin Valley in November, Snufkin, Fillyjonk, and Hemulin, Grandpa Grumble, and the little Toft have all come to the Moomins' house for a visit during a gloomy November. But where are the Moomins? I feel like this is them preparing for winter, if I remember correctly. And then The Will to Change says, men cannot change if there are no blueprints for change. Men cannot love if they are not taught the art of loving. Love is vital the maleness to the spiritual and emotional wholeness men seek. Everyone needs love and to be loved, even men. But to know love, men must be able to look at the ways of the patriarchal culture keeps them from knowing themselves, from being in touch with their feelings, and from loving. The Will to Change, Bell Hooks gets the heart of the matter and shows men how to express emotions that are a fundamental part of who they are in whatever their age, marital status, ethnicity, or sexual orientation. So, I feel like this is going to be really good. I love bell hooks. So, men, masculinity, and love. Again, this is borrowed from my sister. So, I've had it on my list for a while. So, these are the 3 that I will be reading in September. Nope. Yep, September. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then these 2 are the ones I'm finishing. And I will let you know come the end of the month. This seems like a big chunk to... We'll figure it out. This is what I plan to read this month. Hopefully I didn't bite off more than I can chew. And then I'll get caught up on my reading goal. Hopefully. So that is it for this week's video. That is my little TBR jar, which is still has quite a few in it. I didn't put every book on my bookshelf in this, but I kind of feel like I should. Because I do also like to reread books. And like, there's a part of me that wants to reread The Little Prince right now. Because I just love that book. It's one of my all-time favorite books. And so I want to reread The Little Prince, but I was like, no, I should read what I have, and I should read some of my newer books. And so I'm doing that, and I'm going to read these. But maybe I'll add to this. I don't know. We'll see. Do you have a TBR jar? Let me know down below. I don't know if this will work for me because I am so indecisive and so picky. But hopefully I can stick to this. So that is it for this week's video. I love you all. I will have links down below, as always, for Palestine, different people you can follow, different organizations that you can donate to and read about, and still make sure you're paying attention to this because it's really important, and I have that all down below. That is it. I love you all. I will see you all next Friday with a brand new video. As always, free Palestine. Bye!